Hey everyone, it's Matt, aka Tank Ranger, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Zerofrost Armor Pack for the Xbox, and it'll work with obviously the Series X and S of course, but it was originally a mod for the PC, but this is actually a culmination of 12 different armor mods in one, so that's the all-in-one version is on Xbox now, so we can experience all these really nice high-quality armors, and the best part of it is it works with a bunch of other armor mods, as well as an armor overhaul like Old Kingdom, which if you watch the channel, you know I love. So links will be in the description down below. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the first 6, and then I have another video just with the other 6. If we look through all 12 armors in this one video, it might be kind of monotonous, a little repetitive, so we're going to be taking a look at those, and like I say, timestamps will be in the description down below so you can jump from one to the next one if you would like. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like down below if you enjoy the video, and without further ado, let's check out Zerofrost Armors on the Xbox. Armor mods are something that on the channel I don't have a ton of, but I saw this pack and I just had to download it because the armors look amazing, and the fact that it's in an all-in-one package is pretty nice. There's 12 armors here. Obviously we're just going to look at the first 6 in this one, but there is a few different flavors. There's a 1K version, 2K version. That way, if you don't want to download the really big 4K version, you can download these all separately as well, but it is nice to have them all in one package. That way you can kind of jump from one armor to the next if you're feeling a different flavor of the week. The armors are already pretty good right out of the box per se, but you can also improve all of these as well, which is a nice touch. I found that when searching for these individually, you do get a little bit more information on the mod page where exactly to find these armors, whereas on the all-in-one page it really just tells you a location and to go there. So I thought putting this video together I would have each of the armors and then show you exactly how to go get them, because sometimes having the visual is a lot more helpful than wandering around aimlessly than finding that new armor that you want to play with. Now the first armor I wanted to take a look at is the Dragonlord Armor. This armor, as well as the other 5 that we're going to look at in this video, chests are thrown about the map, and then you gotta go and find them, and then that's where all the armor pieces will be. This one is in the Silent Moon's camp, which if you've been there before you can fast travel, but there's a chest there near that little hut right before the big kind of temple area. This will have some enchanted versions of some swords that you can pick up, and they are two-handed swords, just FYI, and it is heavy armor, so make sure you don't get over encumbered when you pick all this stuff up like I did. There's a helmet as well with a plume on top, which it's kind of big, so it's not really my style, but if you like that, you totally can do this. I think it's probably meant to be worn with the robe, which is what I have on right here in this clip. So let's take a look at this thing in action, shall we? So let me know in the comments down below what you think of this particular armor, and if it's worth being in part of this big pack that just happens to be a pretty big chunk of space, depending on which one you download. So let me know in the comments down below what you think of this armor, but with that said, let's jump into the next one. So in order to get the Nightingale Prime Remastered Armor, you're going to have to make your way over to the Nightingale Hall, and then there's going to be a chest just like the first armor we looked at that will have all the pieces in there for you to grab. No weapons along with this one, just the armor, and it comes in a couple flavors as a cape and the cowl, or just the cowl itself if you're not into the cape thing. Interesting thing to note here is that we did look at a piece of Nightingale armor that was kind of redone before in a previous video, and I will link that above. Now this Prime Remastered is a standalone armor just like the Phoenix armor was, but there is a replacer for the Phoenix armor, which if you put this below that, then it should override it. Just wanted to mention that if you're following the mods on the channel. So what does everyone think of this armor? Like the first armor, it really does fit right into Skyrim, and obviously looking at the original Nightingale armor, this just seems like a really nice, well, remastered version of that armor, and you get a cape and cowl, which is great also. So let's take a look at this thing in action and see how it looks in combat. And that is the Nightingale Prime Remastered Armor, which I think is a really great addition to the game. Let me know what you all think about this one in the comments down below, but with that said, let's jump into our next armor, which is the Valkyrie Armor. So the Valkyrie Armor is also super high quality, and you can find it at the Silent Moons camp, which is right here on the map, and you can see kind of where the general area is, but if you've been there before, you can just fast travel, and you'll find a chest here that you'll need to obviously unlock, and boom, there's all your armor in. You don't need any key or anything like that, and everything is in here. The really powerful Valkyrie Armor itself, as well as a really awesome sword, and a couple different capes, a shield that actually has a glowing effect on it, and then the other one does not. This armor, paired with the mythical ages and the Pixar look, actually makes it look like one of my toys that I had for when I was a kid, those old Fisher-Price like medieval castle things, and they came with the little soldiers. That's what this looks like, and I really like it. So let me know in the comments down below what you think of this one as compared to the other two we just looked at. But with that said, we know where to find it, so let's see it in action. And this actually rolls right into our next armor that we're going to take a look at, and that's the Raven Witch armor set, which, no pun intended, you can find right here where these hag ravens are, and you're actually going to need these hag ravens in order to open the chest. So where we just were was where the Raven Witch armor is, and that is kind of near Miko's shack and then near Morthal as well. So it's to the right of Miko's shack and up and to the left of Morthal, and this is where you'll find it, and you'll need to grab a key off of one of the hag ravens. Odds are it's probably random with what hag raven it is each time, so just check all of them and you'll find the key, and that's where you'll find all of the Raven Witch armor. Now you'll notice there is not a weapon and there is not a shield. This is just the armor itself, and as well as just a short dress as well as a long dress. Obviously this is female only, so it's not like you're going to be able to go put this on your dude, but that's okay. Let's see the Raven Witch armor in action. So as you can see, the Raven Witch armor is very nice, and as far as armor levels go, this is a light armor as well, just like the Valkyrie armor that we just looked at. But let's take a look at another male armor for this pack, which is the Drakul Armor from the Zerofrost armor pack. Now these last two armors are pretty spooky, and you find them in the same spot. You're going to want to go to the Genstag ruins, and then you're going to want to go to like northeast of that. So there's like a little lake, and then there's a bunch of spiders around it. You're going to have to kill the spiders to get the key in order to unlock these chests. The Drakul armor is going to be a male armor, and you're going to be able to find that. You get one of the keys that is on one of these spiders. So just when you take them all out, just go and loot their bodies, and you should find one of the keys. So go down to that lake where the frozen part is, and you will find the Drakul Armor in one of these chests, the one that's labeled Drakul Armor, and then there's all your pieces. Now, quick note about the Drakul Armor with no cape. I'm not sure if it's running as intended on the Xbox version of this mod as it is on PC. I tried looking around, seeing if there was a fix for that, but really there doesn't seem to be one for the Xbox, but I did go on the Nexus forum just to see in case maybe there was a thing to do. I couldn't find a fix for the Xbox version, so let me know what your experience with this is down below. That's the main thing I noticed with this armor, but overall, I really like the look of this thing. Like I say, it's spooky, it looks creepy, definitely something that would be really cool to have on if you are a vampire in Skyrim. It would be cool if it was like a darker color rather than like a gold and silver, but let's see this thing in action. What do you all think about this one in the comments down below? Is it worth being a part of this large pack? With that said, let's jump into our last armor, which is the Medusa Armor. Now the Medusa Armor is going to be in about the same spot as the Drakul Armor. It's just going to be the chest to the left, so you're going to have to kill all those spiders and find that key again. It's just going to be on one of the other spiders. And then this is where you're going to find all of your armor. Now this is heavy armor, just like the Drakul Armor, so keep that in mind if you're going to be over encumbered. And this is the armor, and it's really cool and really detailed as well. Again, I'd wish it was a different color, but I think it still looks really cool. So now let's see this one in action.
Oh, ain't this a surprise?
I always found Medusa creepy when studying Greek mythology. I'm interested to see what you all think about this armor set, and yes, I was combining that with the sword from the Valkyrie set as well as the shield. And that will about wrap it up for this video. Thank you so much for watching, for all who have stayed through the end of the video. I know it was a long one. We got another part coming, but that one will not be nearly as long because we've already done the setup for this mod already. Thank you so much for watching once again. Put down in the comments down below which of these 6 you like the most. And stay tuned for part 2. I will have that linked at the end of the video as well as in the description once that is ready to go. Hope everyone has an excellent rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.